Hello everybody, it's vanburman here. Welcome back to another Magic the Gathering video. And this is probably likely to be, I don't know if it will be my last, probably will be my last though. Last or penultimate one, because generally I don't have too many ideas really for what to do next. But I enjoyed making my last one, which was on the Cactar deck that I put together. And that one was here, actually. And had some success from what I recall. There's some, then you'll see that there's quite a lot of crossover, I suppose, between this one and the new one that I've made. But this is like a red green with some, got some themes in there, like having Odin as an option. The good way is like doesn't matter about his mana, and you can easily put him in the graveyard and stuff like that. So very simple there to do. I've also got a couple here which I could talk about, but I won't. Today's focus is on the summoner deck, and I kind of try to set myself, as I always tend to try to do anyway, or at least in my mind, of having like less than 10% of the cards be from non-Final Fantasy. So you can obviously take straight away, you've got like 18 to 20 normal lands, basic lands that don't count anyway. So that then gives you like 6 of 40 effectively. And here I only have 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that right? Yeah. So it's actually pretty good. And I've tried to do that as well with my Cactar deck and all the other ones I put together. Just because kind of quite like the Final Fantasy ones, and I want to try and use and appreciate that. Oh, there's one more, actually. There's Bramble Familiar as well. But still, that's only 5. And I guess 6 if you count that land. But yeah, okay, fine. I also have a slightly separate deck, which is a little bit tweaked from the other one. At first glance, you may not notice too many difference, but this one has a Zac in it. Because like really useful as a 1 mana. Problem is it doesn't give you any chance to get anything better from it. It kind of keeps you in the game potentially, which is something that you should not underestimate. Summoner's Grimoire, which is interesting because, and as people should, although you can use it as a bit of a bluff, take this card very serious, because kind of like a target trying to get rid of this, which allows you to do some other stuff, which in its sense is kind of it's definitely a good thing. But yeah, I think this one is the one I was working with more closely, and this one only has the Bramble Familiar, the Elves, and Analyze the Pollen. So yeah, once again, very few changes on that one. So it was more just a kind of trying out something different, putting Summoner's Grimoire in there instead, and then the other one was more like trying to replicate the Soul Cauldron thing, but also having our Summoner, because she has the ability to summon stuff from the graveyard, but you have to get her into the graveyard. So yeah, I mean, nothing is perfect, and the synergy is probably a bit weaker in this particular version than the other one. But because they're so close, you can go games without seeing either of these two. So yeah, it just kind of depends and varies. So I'm not really sure which one we're going to use for this particular video. Now I've got to actually make a decision. Thinking about the slight differences. Like I say, I do quite like having Zac, so we'll probably play this one, and then if I lose, I guess I'll switch over to the other one. That only slight variance. I've been trying to capture a few clips here and there, but I also want to do something on Garnet bespokely, unless we get some good what are they called? No, not jewels, are they? I don't know. Whatever they're called, card games. Between where we actually get to utilize Garnet, because once again, Garnet is particularly targeted, I must say, as a point for people's stuff. I generally find that if you've got a good setup and you get Yuna out, people tend to kind of leave Yuna alone, I think, because everything else is far more scary, potentially. So yeah, there's lots of good bits to this particular deck. I probably don't need to explain any of it, but the one, I guess, bit there's 2 bits that are really difficult here. First is that like initial setup, and I guess that's the same with a lot of decks. I mean, you've got the Llanowar Elves commune with beavers, analyze the pollen there to try and stop you from not drawing the lands that you need. And then Town Greeter, Esper Origins, Bramble Familiar do the same sort of thing as well. And then hopefully you get enough lands where you can get Fenrir out, and they've not, and your opponent hasn't already completely got their win conditions sorted. But some of the problems that you end up drawing into potentially from the beginning are getting Bahamut too early and not having anything to do with them. Same with Knights of the Round, because Knights of the Round is an 8. Odin as well, even as a 6, purely because you need to, if you're going to summon him from the hand, you need 2 starting towns or Summoner's Grimoire out there. So actually getting Summoner's Grimoire and one of these 3 is fine, because it gives you a viable option to getting to that point of getting them out on the field. And of course, that's their first summon. They don't then get a finality counter like they do with Yuna. So really, if you can play them first from your hand, you then potentially get an extra go when Yuna comes out. And obviously stuff that moves things from the graveyard to the exile pile is particularly devastating for this deck, although not impossible to play around. And it just means you make different decisions. You only, you have to, if you have the option of dumping things, maybe you don't get the preference. Maybe both of Knights of the Round and Bahamut go in there. One of them gets moved into the exile rather than the graveyard. So you just then have to pick the other one. So, ways and means. One thing that, so I've played quite a bit more than this, with this, than I guess. Oh no, I haven't. I've played about roughly the same as I did with my Cactard deck. Crystal Fragments is incredible. I really just liked the card because, it's like one of the really big scenes from Final Fantasy IX, which is my favorite Final Fantasy game. It has like a okay equipment. It's a one planes as well, so it allows you to get it down. It'd be nice if it was a colorless one though, in that way, because it's just Crystal Fragments, I guess. But then Alexander is definitely holy, and holy is synonymous with planes. Fair enough. And it seems like I was thinking, this is fine, and it's a cool card. And if you've got the, I've got one in my binder, but I have the full art version of it, and it's incredible, the artwork on there. But this card later on allows you to get your win condition, usually, assuming that you've got your field set up, because yes, 5 mana plus 2 planes, so you are going to have to run this in a deck that also, that is either split planes or, I guess, mono plane, I guess, as well. But effectively, you have this just attached to a creature, and it kind of gets a bit forgotten about because it's probably not a card that people play very much, probably for very good reason. Which probably means I shouldn't, I probably maybe shouldn't play half of these cards. But then you can exile it and get Alexander for 3 turns. Now, what's even better if you get Alexander out, and I know Alexander's quite short, in a way, the first one on your turn that you can't deal, damage can't be dealt to your creatures, which is brilliant because that negates a lot of instants, not all of them, some of them that are that remove rather than deal damage, but there is a lot of damage dealing, for instance, and that kind of thing. And then on turn 3, you get a free hit at everything, but it just depends at what point in the game. I mean, that's like 7 mana, so you are very close to being able to do Knights of the Round or anything else like that. So it's not perfect, but it has turned the tide on a number of occasions. But as you may well gather, if you link Crystal Fragments with Garnet, you can effectively, as long as Garnet's attacking, take a lore counter off, and therefore you get your prevent damage over and over again. And that's the same with a lot of this stuff. Like if you get Fenrir out, and you are able to, or you already have Garnet, then you get Fenrir out, and you attack with Garnet, you can effectively every turn have Fenrir put a basic land on the pile. So that's pretty good. And it's one thing this is going to make me sound really stupid. There's a couple of things that make me sound really stupid, actually. I'll save the Garnet one until that video. But for Clash of the Icons, I assumed, obviously, that first line, obviously it says choose one or more. I just thought it was choose one. Like, okay, yeah, fine. I just use it to fight things, or use it to take a counter off. or add a counter on. But you can actually do all three. Like, you're going to tell me, oh yes, William, of course, that's obvious, right? But, you know, if I've got Titan on the field, I can make him, I don't know, what would he be? He's not going to be on his third turn, on his second. He could be on his second turn, right? Get him to fight something. And then put a law counter on him. Get him to, he dies, but you've then got like what? However many land on the field. You might have loads by this point. Pick a creature, give them that ability. Yeah, okay, he's gone, but then you're still before your main turn. And then you do something like, I don't know. Yeah, and then you take a counter off Alexander, for example. So other ways of being able to get the most out of it. And I think for like a one mana, that's could be pretty. I mean, you have to have the right setup for it, but it's pretty useful. But it has utility even when you don't have your enchantment creatures out there. Anyway, I've been blabbering on for far too long, so we will actually get in and just play some. I don't know if to play ranked or not. I guess we could play ranked. Which one are we playing? Let's play ranked with Summoner 2. Got my Final Fantasy 9 deck there, which I will never play again. No, not never, but hopefully not never, not ever even. A very good experiment, and actually taught me a lot of things. And I think like that's probably the big thing when I do all this stuff is that, you know, you're able to gain something from it. So this one's pretty decent. It would be nice if we had who do we want? It'd be nice if we had Yuna's good. He doesn't summon things from the hand, unfortunately, which would be great. And we do need another land as well. But okay. Toying with my emotions here. Well, at least we got a land. And we got Choco Mog as well. So that's not too bad. And then we're going to face... I don't like this. I get really nervous when we're not doing anything for 3 turns. So what do I want? I'm trying to think now. Do I want a plain or do I want a forest? I think I want a plain because we do have some double plain stuff in there. Like the anisite, white anisite, whatever it's called. So potentially we might be able to get that out. I now still need, of course, do I want to do that? I do not know. I think I do. And then I can Esper Origins, can I? Yeah, okay. Bahamut in the bin. Phoenix down. No, I need land. Sorry, Phoenix down. Let's see if you want to trade. I'm guessing you don't, but... No. Okay, fine. Now you've got lots of stuff. I think he was missing a green, which is probably the big one here for him. Oh, okay. Opponent may sacrifice creature of their choice. If a player does, tap this creature. No. Oh, I see. So you tap him, but then... Yeah, fine. Cool. All right, so Fenrir's down. If I go... Oh, okay, yeah, it's easy then, isn't it? Let's go in. Although we could have done that without putting the land, I suppose. Let's go Uni. And... Clash of Icons. No, that's not going to do me any good, is it? No. But we do get Bahamut, so... That's something. I think I can still use Zach because I can still tap my Llanowar Elves as well. I don't know what you do in this situation. Do you try and get rid of? Well, you try and get rid of everything, obviously, as a first, as a first, and then you. Oh yeah, that thing's pain. But it's okay. I've got Clash of the Icons. If it wasn't a demon, oh yeah, because it gets to come back, which is nice. Although I probably need to take out that thing, don't I? Tell you what, let's just take out that thing. Seeing as we can. Next turn I get to draw 2 cards. I could actually... Yeah, I could actually do that, you know. Right, I don't have enough for that. Let's get Esper Origins out. I just don't need. Don't need. Then we get a forest, which is nice. And now let's do target, put a law counter, and remove a law counter. So let's do that with that one. Remove a law counter from you and add a law counter on Bahamut. And then I could analyze the pollen, but I'll probably save that. And now we will attack. Yeah. Yeah. Ah. Okay. I'm trying to think, did I make a misstep there by just not attacking with everything? Would that have been the best way to have done it? Because I didn't really need the Llanowar for anything. And if you wanted to attack me, you'd have to have haste. Although, yeah. I don't know. I worry sometimes that I miss obvious stuff. I think that's probably just universal. But yeah, that was nice. I enjoy, well, we had everything that we needed in that one, to be fair. And they clearly had nothing that they needed. I had set up without any resistance, really. I thought that once they'd... Although I was very surprised, actually, when they got their forest down, that it then wasn't like free for all, everything like was coming out. That because I've had that happen loads of times where you've got mix and you're desperate for that one other colour. Which the other decks that you probably saw while I was flicking through, picking my summoner one, has actually been one of the things I've been struggling with because so many... I know it is recorded, actually. They are now recorded, but so many games in a row, I've had like, let's say I'm playing, because it's mountain plains, where I've had like 3 mountains. And then my cards all need 1 plane, really, to get it started. And just they're like, okay, mountain. You draw a card. After you draw 3 cards, and the 1 land that you get is a mountain. So you put that on. You're like, oh, just nothing doing here. Because you can only, like, after you do the first mulligan, then you have to draw. Okay. If you say so. Very good. Right. Shall we try that again? Let's try that again. So yeah, I've only come up against a couple of Edge of Eternity's decks. There was one that had like a lander robot deck. Didn't really know what lander counters were, but effectively you can sacrifice it, pay 2 mana, and put a land from your library into play. So it's pretty good, particularly when you've got loads of them, and then there's obviously stuff that stacks on top of it, and yeah, all sorts of things. Always feel bad when we play against the Spark players, which they tend to give me quite a bit of for some reason. Purely because kind of feels a bit like, why have I got to be the gatekeeper between them becoming like bronze or not? I don't know what I'm doing. So, yeah. Don't know. Maybe this one's got a VV and he's like really happy. We can only hope, right? I'm getting himself a plains. Oh, did I click forest? Oh my gosh. Okay, wow. Well, I'm an idiot. But we already knew that. So hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me in the backside. I thought have a plains and then, you know, potentially I've got something. I mean, any manner is better, right? Oh, there we go. We're drawing plains anyway. I am going to play the forest only because that they know what it is. Are you really going to count them? Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Control deck. Oh, lovely. I don't really have an answer for this kind of thing. In my deck, I will just have to keep playing things. Oh, it's going to be a long one. Okay, now you're taking the mate. Now you're giving me too much. Shall we go? Yeah, we'll go for plains. 2 plains, 2 forest. Very good. Obviously, you're going to take out Fenrir. Hopefully, then you attack with that. And then I can get rid of it. Gives me something to do. But yeah, with Garuda. But I'm going to have all this mana and nothing to spend it on. Oh my gosh, too. Wow. Okay, very good. I don't like these things. They constant milling. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm envious of the mill and the surveil element. Like, it's great. See, if I'd had my other summoners thing in, then I'd be now hoping for like a have you got unsummon? Is that what the one is? It's curious though, isn't it? Anyway, we'll see what happens. Do find it wild that like 1 mana can have such a big impact. Phoenix Down's also really useful because it literally has target exile, skeleton, spirit, or zombie. Oh, I'm not going to attack. I'm too scared. No. No, that's all it was. Okay, fine. I could do with Brynhilda being in the graveyard, actually, because then that would give me a target for Phoenix Down. But no reason I couldn't bring out Town Greeter if I've really got nothing else going on. Okay, did you need a life? I don't think... Oh, I can actually bring back Garuda as well. Which might be nice. Oh, this thing as well. There must be a something, right? There's something to this, for sure. Oh, you don't want to attack me, though. That's so annoying. I mean, it makes sense. Ooh. I mean, the obvious play is Titan, obviously, right? Oh. No. That was like one of the worst mills, really. I lost Summoner's Grimrock, which is not... I don't really care for that. White Orosite would have been great. And obviously Yuna would have been great as well. But there are 3 other Yunas, I think. So have to let that go. Okay. You need a card, do you? I feel like you've got enough. I mean, we're quite like even at this point. Okay, that one must go on the bottom, must it? And then mustn't it? And then there is this, there's a card, isn't there, that basically summons all your stuff back from the graveyard. Which I'm guessing is what they're going for. Which I will struggle with. To the surprise of nobody. Obviously, you're going to attack. Because that makes the most sense. And what am I going to do? I think that's the thing. I don't know. I think I'm gonna double block in case there's any tricks going on. You did want my Garuda, did you? Okay. I see how it is. Okay. I mean, what if that's what I wanted? Heaven forfend. What do we do? Fenrir. Although yeah, it's Esper Origins, I think. Do I want starting town? Probably not. Really am missing a Yuna at this point, I will say. Not got anything mad in the graveyard. But I got a Fenrir, I got a Brynhilde, I got a Chocomog. Probably will have a Garuda next turn. Or at least, well, one of these 3. Even if nothing else happens. So yeah. It's got a free hit because I've got no flying. These are my only 2 things with like reach and flying, other than and Bahamut as well. Okay, I only have 3 things with reach and flying. So I'm kind of at the mercy, really, of whatever goes on. I do feel envious that there's so much choice. Oh my goodness me, got 2 of them. That's not a permanent, is it? Fat Chocobo is a permanent. Do I want Fat Chocobo? Will it save me? I don't think it will it? You have to risk it. Oh, no, that didn't help. Okay. Whatever. And then I can save whatever I can say. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really got anything, have I? I've got Kamima Beavers, which hopefully will give me Yuna. What can I do with this? Have I got... Yeah, I've got enough to do. Permanent you control gain hexproof and indestructible until the end of the turn. And I gain 6 life. Unless it gets countered. I'm just going to play this then if I'm going to lose it. Yes, I think he likes my cards. All right, very nice. What are you binning? More importantly. Well, it comes down to this. What are you going to give me? Really? Just a town greeter? That's sad. Any of them would have been great, by the way. Oh, I think that's it, isn't it? Tapped out. Oh, such a shame. Out of cards. I don't get to do the whole draw load of stuff, discard load of stuff. Too much land. I did honestly thought that the commune with beavers would help me. Genuinely. And I got nothing. So sad. This is just so sad. Even like looking at the stuff I could summon, I think I'm going to be out of it by the time I get anything. I mean, what do I need? Battle menu might keep me going. And that's 8. I got one more turn. One more draw. Bramble Familiar. That might do it. Bahamut definitely would. Just depends, obviously, what Buddy Boy has. Oh, and Zombify. Oh, well. I mean, that definitely leaves me with only one. Well, it should be done, to be fair. Yeah, I'm going to struggle. Oh, that's such a shame. Oh, so close. Yet so far. And in the end, it doesn't even matter. I'm trying to think if I made any wrong plays. I mean, in theory, my first town greeter was the wrong play because there was lots of stuff in there that if I'd have drawn would have helped. But would I have done anything different? Like you don't know what's coming, so you can't even really make the call, can you? I mean, I kind of like this hand, but I also don't see there's no ramp here whatsoever. There's 2 garnets, which is probably the only thing that I'm going like, yeah, you know what? There's 2 garnets. Cool. Yeah, fine. We'll go with that. What am I going to bin? Spell Origins, I think. Depends on whether I draw a land or not. If I draw a land, then let's go Garnet Ephemeria. mean, I still have nothing really. And this one might be like a trample or... okay, not what I was expecting. Okay, that's too many lands. This is going to make Fenrir look stupid. And if they bin my Garnet, then I just have to Fenrir it anyway. So... ugh. What do I want? Plains, don't I? Interesting. Oh, that's a cool card. 2+1s. Wow. I mean, I won't be blocking you. Odin, which is actually very nice. Don't get me wrong. Nice card. Very nice card. I could now Town Greeter, although last time we got a little bit screwed by that, didn't we? I'm going to attack first, see what happens. Okay, now that was actually good. That was the right thing to do. Bloody hell. This is becoming silly. Just take the 8. I'm very vulnerable here. But it is kind of is what it is. Anyone would think I had a landfall deck. I don't, but that's what it looks like. The good thing is I'm going to run, if we carry on the way we are, I'm going to run out of lands to get back. Okay, fair enough. So you're going to have to start giving me other stuff. Lands are only a 20% chance now. I mean, it doesn't really matter which one I block, does it? So we'll go for that one. Oh, thank goodness. Something. don't know which one to get rid of, to be honest with you. All that. Guess I'll get rid of the flying. I don't really have anything to... Okay. I just feel like I might need them down here. How much damage is that? 4, 8, 12. Oof. Can't afford that, can I? Take the 8, I suppose. I can survive one more turn. And that's it. That's all I got. I can't even draw anything with Fenrir, which is unusual. Well, more unusual than normal, I suppose. I reckon double block. That is a bit of a cruel fate, isn't it, to give me this? Starting towns, it seems like a good idea for Odin, but it's not. Odin's dead to me. I need something else. Oh, man, I still need something else. Milling everything at this point. Wow. You shuffled me all the way, game. I can't get shuffled anymore. I'm going to have to take 6, aren't I? Fudge. Wow. Right at the death. You got to be freaking joking me. Like, waiting my whole game for that card. What else have I got in here? Fenrir. Just Fenrir. Okay. I could do with that other starting town now, if that's okay, game. That would be nice. Come on then, Fenrir. Come and join the party again. For the gazillionth time. Are there even any basic lands left? Yes. Somehow. 1 plain, 1 forest, and 1 starting town. Are you even going to be able to survive? Maybe, yes, probably, actually. Oh my gosh, another Fenrir. Go away. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. I do have 2 starting towns, so I could now get Odin out. It's a bit late for that, though, isn't it? Go on then, we'll get Choco Mog, why not? Screw it. I haven't got enough to beat him. I've got no haste, so I'm a bit stifled. Trying to find a way to get enough points. Just not going to happen for me, though, is it? That's the problem. Do I keep Fenrir back? Yeah, I do, don't I? Because that would be silly. Just not enough. This guy's going to have nightmares about Fenrir. Oh, gosh. Yeah. Yeah. Not going to lie, that has taken out of me a little bit. Oh, that's silver, is it? Very nice. That is the highest I've got. So, what was that? 2 wins. That one went really long. 2 wins and a loss. And this big dragon thing. Very cool. Yeah, so that's it. I mean, I think you actually got to see a bit of Garnet in there as well. So I don't know if I would just tack it onto the end of this video and just do a like complete summoner thing. I was kind of trying to work out if there was a way of doing a like trying to get all of the summoners in from all of the the Final Fantasy ones that are in and have like summoning stuff. Problem is you'd have to run a triple deck, I think, because Terra's in there as well, and she's forest and mountain as well. So you need the kind of, and you need plains if you want to get Garnet and Yuna in. So you kind of need all of them. And actually, Terra's really good, from what I recall, because she has, where is she? Must be in here. Yes, because then she transforms anyway, which is great. When she enters, she mills as well. So it's like perfect, really, isn't it? I wonder if I could do something. I've been a bit too, scared isn't really the right word. But it is the right word because I would be scared to do a triple mana deck because I just feel like you would have way too many issues. I mean, you're going to need like 4 starting towns in there as well. But then how do you pick your like single mana cards? I know obviously that like you've got a lot more green, so you probably want more green in there. But you probably then can't have any of your double stuff. Your double stuff's going to be really tricky. Although more ways of milling with Terra, so that helps. But you want to have like Titan in there, don't you? Who's 2 forests. Odin being 2 swamps doesn't really make any difference because he kind of is what it is. You can't really have Cerberus in there because like you don't want to rely on that. You would still have like 3 Fenrirs, so that would work. Bahamut's fine. And then you get to the problem of let me go back. Of like Knights of the Round that needs 2 planes. Luckily Fat Chocobo's only 1. And what else? I think actually that's it, to be fair. You'd have to lose white Aura Sight as well, which is really useful just to have in there. So I don't know if you then go to, you can't really then go to 3 battle menu, can you? You need something in red as well. That helps. You could have like single red that does 2 damage, like a Thunder Magic or something. I don't know. It becomes tricky. I'm going to have a play around with that though, because that's a really good idea. So yeah, maybe hold fire on the Garnet video, but this was a interesting one. I actually enjoyed it, and some really close ones as well. Just waiting forever to get Yuna out, but you know, the cards come at the right time whenever they're needed. So that was a nice one, holding on and then winning that way with all of my land, milling all of my land, basically. Right, I'll see you next time. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.